We are going to talk about foster children and camps and how you can help and get involved. I have Allison McLain with us today. She's the director of the Royal Family Kids Camp. And Allison, thanks for coming in. We were just briefly talking. The whole subject of foster children is just quite a deal, isn't it?
It is. They're, you know, there are just some sad situations out there.
Yeah.
And there are hurting kids that need help.
So how did the Royal Family Kids Camp come about?
Well, Royal Family Kids is actually an organization that started in 1985 down in Southern California. And in 2006, we decided to bring that model to Grants Pass. And so we've been going strong ever since. Okay,
and now you got a couple things coming up I want to get into. First, you're going to have your annual banquet and auction coming up a week from this Saturday.
Correct.
And it's going to be at Parkway.
Yes.
Starts at 5 in the afternoon.
Yes.
Or in the evening. And do they need to just show up, or what? What do they do?
No, they actually need to either go to our website or give me a call to reserve their tickets.
Okay.
We actually do have some tables that we are looking for sponsors for. And so if any person or business wants to give me a call, I can connect them with that.
And they get a hold of you at?
541-479-2639.
Got it right here.
Yes.
Or grantspass.royalfamilykids.org.
Yes.
All right. So what's Royal Family Kids do?
Well, basically what we do is we work to confront the child abuse that's occurring in our area and primarily change the lives of its victims. And so our primary mission in all of our programs is to provide life-changing positive memories for children of abuse. And so we take foster children and we primarily, our biggest effort is our summer camp. And so we take them to camp and we just give them incredible opportunities that other kids might get all the time. And it could be as simple as a birthday party. Some of these kids, those basic things get missed in the system.
You know, I think we just have no idea how big this problem is. And so how does a child end up in foster care?
It can be a range of a lot of different situations. It could start with just neglect of the parents. You know, they're not providing for a child's basic needs, to severe abuse.
And who determines that and how they find out?
Honestly, it takes somebody intervening in some way.
Right.
You know, it takes a teacher or a neighbor saying, hey, something isn't right. You know, there's something about this child. They're showing signs of something just being really wrong at home. There was a story I heard from another county where there was an 8-year-old girl and nobody actually knew that she existed. She was beaten severely for 8 years, and she actually doesn't know who finally stepped in and said something's not right, saw her somehow. If she wanted to brush her teeth, she used hand soap. If she wanted to drink a water, she got it out of the back of the toilet. I mean, just horrible things. And I actually got to see her receive a full-ride 4-year scholarship to Evangel University about a month ago. Wow. Her life, she went to camp, at camp met her adoptive mom. Her life has taken a completely different turn because somebody stepped in, intervened, sent her to camp, and she found out that people love her and most importantly, God loves her. Mm-hmm. So it was huge, and that's just one of 100 stories.
How long are these camps?
Each camp is 1 week during the summer. It's for 6 to 12-year-olds. So
okay.
Those are really formative years we found. So making a difference during that time is huge.
And how many kids will you have at a camp?
We try, depending on our funding and our staffing, we try to shoot for 56.
And how many times throughout the summer do you do this?
We do it one time during the summer.
One time.
Yeah.
Well, it's incredible. You know, what's the one thing lacking in caring for these kids? I mean,
you know, it's
time.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of different things. I think that as a population and a society, we tend to think it's the government's responsibility to take care of this, but in reality, the government is an agency. and a government can't care for a child. Foster parents are, in general, amazing, but they can't do it by themselves. There's only so many resources that one person or one family has. And so what I've seen is when you take a community to raise these kids, that's what's effective. It just takes more than just one government agency or one foster family. It takes all of us surrounding these kids to instill, you know, qualities in them that will give them the strength to turn their life around as adults.
And how often, what's the average child with a foster family? How long is that? Is there an average to that, or it can be long?
It changes all the time. I think we had an 8-year-old at camp that had been in 25 different foster homes.
Really?
So they can change quite frequently. I know that's not ideal, but if a family has trouble with a child, I mean, it's the nature of the system. It's hard on kids.
All right, so what are some of your needs for camp? What do you need?
Honestly, one of our biggest needs right now is our funding. All of our programs are free for these kids. We don't get money from the state. We don't get money from the foster families or the biological parents. And so we rely 100% on our fundraising efforts.
And that's, again, one of your big events is going to be the Annual Banquet and Auction coming up a week from Saturday. That'd be April 13th. And you need to call Allison at 479-2639 there in Grants Pass, or you can go online. Can they get tickets online?
They can get tickets online, yes.
All right, so that's grantspass.royalfamilykids.org. So at camp, do you have everything you need, or do you need help at camp?
We need help at camp. We rely on Christian men and women who are willing to sacrifice a week of their life for a child. And oftentimes, I mean, we understand vacation time is hard to get, but it means the world to these kids. That's often one of the biggest impacts that we make on the kids when they find out. You know, we get asked a lot by the kids, why do you do this? And everyone else in their life gets paid to be there. You know, their caseworker, their foster parents, their psychologists, whoever all the team of people is, they get paid. And so when they find out an adult spent a week of their time at their own initiative, free of any pay, to spend time with them, that's huge. That in and of itself is amazing to these kids.
That really impacts them.
Yeah.
So again, people that want to volunteer and get involved, call you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I understand you're making a movie about it.
We are. It is the coolest movie ever. It's premiering April 19th, so right after the banquet, in Grants Pass at Southgate. And it is a movie that they have produced based off of our camp. And I saw it. Unfortunately, I saw it at a banquet, and I cried like the whole second half, and all I had was a linen napkin. It was ridiculous. But it's a powerful movie. It's inspiring. It's very well done, especially for, you know, a Christian film. Oftentimes those get low budget kind of things. This is not like that. It's powerful, and I encourage.
What's the storyline? Can you share it with us?
I can share a little bit.
Yeah.
It's basically about a guy named Ken. He's an investment advisor who is trying to get this account, and he finds out that this lady, her church sponsors a summer camp for foster kids. And so he all of a sudden decides, oh, he should be going to that because, or actually he tells her he already was signed up. And so it's the process of him entering the world of these foster kids, and doesn't really go so well for him, but it ends up changing his life.
Wow.
So it's really cool.
All right, and that'll be coming out on the 19th.
19th.
All right, how did you get involved?
You know what? I started this 8 years ago when it first started, and initially I just thought, hey, you know, foster kids, I love kids. I love summer camp. I might as well give it a try. I started as a counselor, and it broke my heart. It broke my heart for the kids, and it was a pivotal point in my life.
Wow.
It turned my life around through things that I've experienced. It kind of brought full circle what God was doing in my life.
Wow.
And I've never been the same since. It changes adults as much as it changes the kids.
You're radiant with it. All right, you can give Allison a call, Grants Pass, 541-479-2639 if you want to get tickets to the banquet and the auction coming up a week from Saturday at Parkway at 5 o'clock, or maybe the Lord's tugging on your heart to go be a worker or volunteer at the camp.
Yes.
In either case, give Allison a call, 479-2639. Allison, thank you. I just love your passion for this, and look forward to talking to you on the other side of camp.
Yes, lots of fun stories.
All right, thanks
Thank
for
you
coming
for
in.
having me.